Munyak and Isidora Gajdobranski, and the right back Jordan Piccolo. We're off to the races at Rudd Field. The midfield, Kana Matsuhisa, Greta Kazula, and Anna Bagley. Bagley, the first team A10 player from last year. VCU quickly on the attack and getting that those strikers, Kendall Sarver, Aisha Mon, and Miketsa Bulatovic, involved early.
Yeah, VCU immediately working down the wing, throw across and can't execute, but a lot of early pressure, and see if they can keep that up.
Milica Bulatovic was the look there. Hislop's chasing down the right side over Castro, but she plays it back to Karpovic. This is the third game in the Atlantic 10 regular season for these two teams, but it's another pivotal one. And as I've said before, it seems like every game is pivotal when you only play 10. Every game matters so much, looking to clinch a home playoff game, and those are so important for two teams that are very good at home.
Yeah, especially for VCU. If they can get to 3-0, get a 9 points, it's about halfway to what you've needed historically, about 18 to 20 to clinch a top 4 seed. So be well on their way with 3 points here on the road.
Ball goes out of play for a Minutewomen throw. UMass has struggled to put the ball in the back of the net, have yet to score more than 2 goals in one game this season, but luckily have one of the most experienced defenses in the entire conference and probably the nation. Racinos fouls the center back for a free kick towards VCU. But really cool to see Carolina Benitez in that left back position for the first time in her career. Just a freshman, has worked her way up to the starting job. Played 70 minutes against George Washington and then 55 against Dayton in the 2 A10 games. And that's her on the ball on the left side. Plays to Lamond. Tries to go back and forth and get by a defender, but is met by Bagley.
It's crucial UMass finds a way to get some more youth into the squad, as you're seeing here today. Very senior-laden team, so needs some experience going into next year as well.
Lamonda Jr. on the left side is the point leader for these Minutewomen. 4 goals and 2 assists. Good for double-digit points, which she got up to that total, scoring a goal last time at Rudd Field against George Washington. She left the game injured, but just a little knock as she was right back in the starting lineup against the Flyers. Both teams love to force defensive mistakes and a lot of pressure, and that's what hurt the Minutewomen against Dayton. They gave up the 1 goal as a defensive turnover, quickly capitalized by a very, very good Dayton team, and certainly disappointed to not come out of there with any points.
That's kind of where they're at, though. Without that offense, it puts so much pressure on your defense that one mistake could be what cost you points, and it was over the weekend.
Lost Lauren Bonavita, and sometimes that's really hurt them, losing a double-digit goal scorer from last season. She scored 10. The ball gets played into the middle, but headed away by Ryan, but only as far as the left winger. And it gets cleared out. Hislop can't find it on the center touch line, or near the center. And the first nearly 5 minutes have gone back and forth with no one really getting a good chance yet to challenge any of these keepers.
It's felt like UMass has been a couple inches away on a few passes to set up a break. Just lacking a little bit of precision to get something going.
2 really solid midfields. Basically, these teams are built relatively similarly as the ball gets played down the right side and crossed into the middle. Going to see a fair amount of those from Bagley. She's got 6 assists already this season. That's good for 13th in the nation. Already has a better total than her points last season, 3 goals and 5 assists, earned her a spot on the A10 first teams. Looks like she's well on our way for back-to-back honorees and potential for A10 Player of the Year.
Bagley's been one of the most experienced players, most successful players in the conference. Started all games for the last 4 years at this point. Was the coach's All-East region selection last year as well. So definitely one of the top ones in the conference.
Redshirt senior has over 5,000 minutes in a Rams uniform. She looks to show off that experience again. All pinballs back and forth from both teams. Neither able to get too much attacking aside from a couple crosses now for Virginia Commonwealth. That's Matsuhisa in the middle. She's got 6 points on a couple goals and a couple assists. Juliana Ryan closes down the left midfielder and plays up to Pincus. She keeps going down the right side, but Pincus can't find her. She loses possession, and it gets cycled through the defense to Gajdobranski. The Serbia native has played for the U19 and U17 national team. She actually captained that U17 team and has been very solid in her career at VCU. Nearly 1,000 minutes last year, already nearing that total this season.
VCU's gone to the Serbian national team a couple times. Bulatovic also appearing a couple of the youth squads over in Europe.
Possession goes back to UMass. And for the coach of VCU, Lindsay Martin, in her 11th season, just surpassed the 100 win mark. She's at 101 after the win on Sunday against George Mason. She certainly made the non-conference about as hard as it can be. Just 4 losses within that span, and all of those teams were unbeaten, and they actually still remain unbeaten. Fell to the 12th ranked Virginia. Its ball crossed in again, is headed away by Perrick. Once again, that's Matsuhisa. Another ball played in, this time by Piccolo. Attacking down that right flank have been the Rams. Lamont tries to go running down the left side. It's deflected well by Piccolo and sent back up towards the defensive 18 of UMass. But the experienced defense tandem of Perrick and Kane make quick work. And it's certainly a great way to calm a freshman down and a player who doesn't have much experience when you have Fiona Kane and Hannah Perrick in the back, who have played nearly 10,000 minutes combined for UMass. So you know you have a ton of backup if there happens to be those learning mistakes that freshmen sometimes have. A couple passes strung together by UMass. It ends up with Hislop after being on the other side of the field. She's got a couple defenders on her. It's now Juliana Ryan who plays it into the middle but can't find anybody. Only gets as far as Kane, who plays up to Pincus. She sends it out to Ryan again, and we'll play it back in. A chance for the Minute Women, but that's the first time Karpovic has had to do anything. And the goalkeeper for VCU out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, only has played 90 minutes 4 times this season. All 4 of those games were close. The typical backup Stevie Micah comes in the second half in some of these well taken care of games. The foul on Lamont gives it back to VCU.
A little bit reckless there, getting the leg up towards an opponent. But some pressure out of UMass after turning it over in the offensive end. See if that's something to keep up as this game goes on. We've seen both the men's and women's team like to do that in recent games.
Seems both sides are looking to attack that right side of the field, and VCU certainly knows that there's a freshman on that right side, and when you can send Anna Bagley at her, experience might take the win. And that's what the coach Martin is hoping for. Like I said, the 4 losses came to Virginia, number 12, number 2 ranked Stanford. That was a 2-1 loss at home for VCU, and then a perfect 9-0-0 Liberty Flames team, as well as an undefeated Old Dominion squad. So these Rams have played some very, very tough games, and you got to give them a lot of credit, and they're showing that knowledge and experience they gained so far in a 10 play.
Nobody's got a transitive win over them yet. Want to go down that road.
Kanamatsu Hisa draws the first corner of the game for VCU.
Still no shots for either team 11 minutes in.
VCU on the 15 goals they've scored, only 10 assists. Those have come from 4 players. And now a great scoring opportunity. Less than 15 minutes into this one. The ball played on a line drive is headed wide of the net, but chased after and attempted to get back towards the top of the 18. A lot of room on that right side, but it was Munyak, I believe, who sent that back towards left, and there was a foul to end the pressure from VCU. Taken quickly by UMass as they cycle around the defensive end. Lamond has it on the left side. She tries to find Benitez down the left flank, but it's picked off and taken away by Matsuhisa again. She's been pretty much everywhere early in this one. Another attacking chance. Kendall Sarver lurking in the 18. 2 goals this season. The A10 Rookie of the Year last season, was the 46th ranked freshman last season by Top Drawer out of 100. Now she has it, looking to cut inside, but offsides is the call. Some questions being raised of how can she be offsides on a throw-in, and that will draw a conversation from the center official, Leah Hayes, to her assistant.
They are correct. You cannot be offsides on a throw. You can be offsides on a free kick, but throw the ball, there's no offsides positioning.
So we'll see what the call is. It looks like the possession is going to go back to VCU. And potential for it's either going to be a rethrow or an indirect free kick, or
drop ball.
Drop ball. Ball goes back into play, and now an attacking position is Sarver. She plays into the middle. It misses every minute, women, and shot over the net by Matsuhisa keeps this game level at 0-0. That was a great opportunity as Perrick missed it and Benitez couldn't find it, but Matsuhisa couldn't find it to get her 3rd goal this season. She was an A10 second teamer last season and scored, and now a potential mistake by Mendoza is cleared away by Perrick.
Rams press, they're giving some issues to the Minutewomen back line and goalkeeping. Both teams a couple times have put a little bit of a trap defensively, trying to force turnover from someone that's not used to being on the ball as much.
It was eventually dealt with, and now Ella Curry gets the ball played out of bounds, and she earns a throw-in for UMass. And a couple scary moments for the Minutewomen faithful. A shot on net and a potential just walk-in goal if Mendoza just hit it a little softer. Gets played out for a VCU throw, but it's headed right back to UMass, and now Hislop on it. looking to put another goal in the back of the net. She's got one this season with a couple assists. Ball played up towards Lamont, but only as far as Piccolo. And it's Matsuhisa again, and quickly displaced to the ball by Benitez, who tries to find Pincus, who shoves the defender down and gets a foul call.
Looked like UMass starting to get something going, but ultimately foul disrupting play. VCU looked to counter.
On the ball now is Sarver. She cuts inside. Pincus, or excuse me, Perrick deflects it out of bounds for another corner. I believe that is Anna Bagley taking the free kick, or corner. First substitution, Paige Hoger enters the game for the Rams. Ball gets played in. It floats towards the back post, headed down, bounces around, but cleared by Fiona Kane.
Talked about him in the open and throughout the start. The experienced back line, the center backs come up huge.
Potential foul right near the edge of the 18. It doesn't stop the play, and UMass turns the other way. Hislop can't get onto it, but Munyak had to play it out of bounds. Aisha Mon came out for Hoger. We've seen from this Rams team not many substitutions in close games. This game, the longer this game remains close, the less subs we are going to see for VCU. In a close game they played against Stanford, I believe. They played 4 other players other than the starting 11. Really a lot of trust in these players, where a lot of them were a part of the team that won that 2021 regular season championship. But now a free kick able to be played in by Kane. It gets floated towards the penalty spot, knocked down by Lamont, but cleared. And now Matsuhisa has a chance to run after Benitez. Kane plays a good ball to Racinos, who plays a great ball down the line to Lamont. It's a slide tackle by Piccolo. Lamont almost certainly in an offside position, and she was. Good little build-up by UMass, and Racinos just didn't acknowledge a potential offside. Lamont was open, but that's the reason why. Standing behind the last defender.
And there is offsides and a ball in play.
There is offsides and a ball in play. Lamont now looking to close on the defense. One of the more experienced that UMass has faced this season, and we saw their high pressure being a big reason for scoring goals against Syracuse. A couple mistakes led to a couple of the goals. Same with Bryant and even George Washington. These quick capitalizations from this team is how they've scored goals, and we've actually seen that on the other side for VCU as well. They love putting quick bursts of pressure on that scare the defenders and cause mistakes, and then they both just turn around and try to score as quickly as possible. Hislop is chugging down that right side. Physical play. Tries to play towards Pincus, but can't find her, and it will dribble all the way to Karpovich. Would be very surprised if we see a hydration break in this game. Perfect weather today, 72 degrees, sunny and breezy. Can't really ask for a better day to play or watch some soccer. The weekend right around the corner.
You have to think that weather might give VCU a bit of advantage. The lack of depth that they choose to use, using only a couple subs, so you don't have to worry with the heat as much as you would like you had a couple weeks ago.
Here's the pressure from UMass, and it earns a throw-in. Taken quickly could cause some problems. It is, and it's towards Pincus. Plays it up the field towards Racinos, but it gets deflected out to Hislop. And now Juliana Ryan dances around a defender, playing it up to Racinos again, but it's cleared. And a Minute Women throw prevails. And now a corner for UMass, their first of the day. First chance to get up the field, and corners hasn't been the main avenue of goal scoring for UMass, and certainly Jason Dowiak, the head coach, would like that to improve, and why not right now? Ball gets played in, it's on the ground and easily dealt with by the Rams. Not a very good hit, I believe from Hislop. I'm not entirely sure who took that. And we're watching this on a screen just like you at home or wherever you may be watching it from. We are live from the Mullins Center, which is certainly not overlooking Rudd Field.
About a quarter-mile walk or so just down the road.
We get a nice computer monitor view watching the exact same thing. And now it is Matsuhisa again. She's been all over the place, and now she tries to find Sarver. She does. The ball right on the touchline, played through the middle. It bounces right by the penalty spot. And now Benitez got to hit it one more time to get out of bounds, and she gets a throw.
We saw Matsuhisa creating that play. Definitely one of the most skilled playmakers in the conference. Led the team in assists last year with 6. Matsuhisa
was in a little bit of pain after the collision with Benitez, but back up and running. She presses Lamond, and now Benitez. Once again, VCU on the forefront, but Kelly Peace shuts it down, only gets as far as VCU midfield. Ball gets floated into the middle. It's missed on the back post. It was Matsuhisa again. Just couldn't get it on net. Mendoza still no saves, just one shot. It was the Tokyo, Japan native shooting it over the crossbar. It's the only shot for either side in this game, and it's a goal kick for UMass nearly halfway through the first half. Couple substitutions. Looks like we get to see the first of the Podolskis enter the game. Emma Podolski potentially. We'll update you on all the substitutions, as can't exactly see who's coming in and out of the game as it happens. More possession by UMass in the back. There is Podolski. She's on it. Now a chance to run. Pincus on her right. Racinos on her left now. She plays Lamond on the far left. Cuts inside. Continues moving and tries to play Racinos, who was not there. Ella Curry came out. Same with Grace Pincus for both Podolskis, Emma and Chandler. Emma Podolski's got a couple assists in her first season with UMass after transferring from Bryant, and one of those points came against her former team in a 2-0 victory here at Rudd Field. She picked up an assist to make the game 2-0 and put it out of reach for the Bulldogs. Chandler Podolski's got an assist to her name as well. A10 All-Rookie in 2021. Now gets the company of her sister on Rudd Field. No connection yet between them to put a ball in the back of the net. Weird bit of defensive possession from VCU. Gets a quick throw by UMass, and Benitez hits it to Lamont, where it's deflected in towards the middle. It's Podolski still on it. Now Lamont plays into the middle, right in front of the goal. And it is swallowed up by the keeper, Karpovich. That was dangerous, and now she remains down for the time being. There was a lot of action right in front of the left post. And she's a little slow to get to her feet. Take a look at that replay again. Yeah, just no real opportunity for the Minutewomen to really get a shot on net, as Karpovich is still kind of getting ready. She's going to take a drop from the center official to get the ball back in play. Not really surprised that we haven't seen a goal yet. Both teams very good defensively. UMass the best defensive team in the A10 so far, including non-conference. VCU has had some tough opponents, so the 7th ranked in the A10 might be a bit of a misnomer. They've yet to allow a goal in A10 play in just 2 games. Compared to the Minutewomen 1. Now a quick move by VCU is broken up by Kane. 80th start in a Minutewomen uniform. That is a pretty incredible number, but it's a turnover and another chance to go. Free headers headed up right on the 18 or right on the penalty spot, but cleared away. Racinos gets it all the way to the midfield line, but Fiona Kane over 7,000 minutes played. She surpassed that number in the last home game, or excuse me, against Rutgers about a week and a half ago. Has been all over Rudd Field for the past 4 seasons. Under 20 minutes. Just 1 shot on goal aside and a save for Karpovich. Perrick has it, plays to Kane. Over to Juliana Ryan. She beats the defender and plays towards Podolski, but well defended. That's Krasula making the play, or Munyak, and she draws the foul as well along with it.
Starting to see some more attacking possessions, getting more away from the middle third where it started this game, but still nobody able to break through.
VCU now up that left side. Now played into the middle. Perrick heads away. Racinos flicks on, and it'll be Piccolo to chase. Racinos applies pressures along with Lamont, forces the turnover to Peace, trying to find Podolski. Now Peace on it again. Lamont streaks down the left side, but the ball is just a little soft and wide. Matsuhisa turns it over to Fiona Kane. Peace back with it. Great pump fake, but sends it into a collision between Piccolo and Lamond, and Piccolo a little slow to get up.
Surprised she got away with that without a foul call. Did get the ball, a little bit of a reckless challenge, but thrown anyway for UMass. Piccolo gets up and appears unharmed.
Both players went hard into that one. Lamond subs out. See her right at the bottom of your screen at the bench for Lauren Robles. The Minutewomen, on the other hand, like I said, VCU not many subs, but the Minutewomen will send at least 7 or 8 substitutes out there. Robles being one of the daily substitutes, along with the Podolskis. The Podolskis both have spent some time in the starting lineup as well. So we see a lot of cycling by Dowiak in his 6th season. He's creeping up towards win number 50. He's at 47. Both of these teams have had a lot of success over each of their coaches' reigns. But a lack of A10 championships with both teams look to change. Racino's has it on the left side, gets help from Benitez, but plays into the middle, headed away by Gajdobranski. And it's Matsuhisa all the way in the right back position, playing it up the field. Mendoza well out of the cage. Plays to her left. Perrick takes it over the midfield line. Continues to dribble as far as Podolski almost joined the attack, but elected to retreat. Now it's Curry to Hislop in the right side. A crossing opportunity. She can keep it in play, but she can't. And it's a goal kick.
Just a little bit too fast for her down the line. She can't control herself, keep it in. Still, neither team's really had much success of making that last move towards the net. A lot of attacking efforts, a lot of good runs towards the goal, but just one pass short at times, it felt like. Still only one shot apiece. UMass was the only one on target.
Last time out for VCU, it was a dominant win, 5-0 over George Mason, and started off a little bit shaky, giving up a couple really legitimate goal-scoring opportunities to an 0-10 now George Mason team, which have really struggled. The ball played towards Robles is cleared. But they were able to jump in the second half, scoring 3 goals in 7 minutes, one of them being a 65-yard hit from Lindsay Munyak. Landed herself on the SportsCenter top 10 off a free kick. That was the cherry on top, and it was a good win. Now here goes Matsuhisa down the center of the pitch, and now a shot opportunity, but it's blocked by Kane, and another save now for Mendoza, her first of the day. Forces another corner kick on a good attacking opportunity. Believe that was Sarver. Sometimes the number is a little hard to make out from here. Could have been Bulatovic as well.
We see here on the replay, it's after a phenomenal breakup by Kane. Mendoza with a save of her own, keeping this level. Kane's experience coming to play her 80th start, and what a play as corner is in.
Ball played in, a couple chances just headed over the bar. That's Matsuhisa again. Certainly been the most impactful player through the early stages of this game. On both sides of the ball, forcing turnovers, putting shots towards net.
Now in the game for VCU, number 23, Kylie Phillips, and for Massachusetts, number 20.
Racino gets pressed, loses possession. Darting down the right side is VCU. Ball gets played to the top of the 18. A shot on goal is deflected. Mendoza dives and saves.
Mendoza didn't have much work to do in the first 30 minutes or so, but the last 2 or 3 she's been getting tested and has been up to the test.
Got a couple saves now to her name. Has had 5 saves 4 times this season, most recently against Rutgers, where she faced 18 shots. Only 5 on target, one of them being a penalty. That was the decider in that one. The Minutewomen have lost very close contests. And a couple of losses, both 1-0. Those came in 2 of the last 3 games. Another loss was 2-1 to Yale. That was the first of their season, and they were up 1-0 going into the halftime break, but the Bulldogs pounced and stole the game with a great showing in the back half of that one. Piccolo has a throw-in, as Carly Frillis has come into the game for Kendall Sarver up top.
Frillis, certainly one of the most touted players on this team. Came out from Coastal Carolina, and has been very good contributor there, and expect to be just as good here.
Benitez plays up the field just as far as Piccolo again. And now it's Matsuhisa. Plays inside to Bagley. She has it on her foot. A cut inside, drops a defender, but Juliana Ryan was the one to step in and shut that play down. That was an awesome move by the first teamer, the A10 first teamer last season. Looking to pick up another goal on her season. But now she takes the corner. That one played on a line drive. It gets deflected right back out towards her. She could take a couple steps in, gets knocked down. Racinos blocks and played out to Bagley again. She tries to flick it over Robles' head, but the former LSU Tiger recovers and plays towards the Minutewomen attack. But it turns the other way. Now VCU has a lot of pressure on this UMass team with just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Ball gets switched all the way to the left side, played inside, headed away by Peace. Racinos clears. Racinos does a great job with that second ball to really get it out of the danger zone, but gets played right back in, and guess who? It's Racinos.
Yeah, UMass D right there doing a great job trying to weather this storm. 10 minutes left. Racinos has been playing well and just trying to find a way to get to the break, still tied at 0, but VCU just one moment away, one move away from taking the lead and putting all the pressure on UMass at home.
Stella Castro tries to find Bagley, but can't. Now, once again, charging up that left side is VCU. It's Bulatovic playing in towards the middle. Mendoza comes out and steals it from the attacking Hoger.
Yeah, we see here just another one where they're working up the wing, throw the cross, and but great read by Mendoza to come out and play. You don't want to leave that to chance. Let that potentially find the head of a Ram somewhere. So take away any option and keep it level.
Perrick uses her strength to draw the foul. The Australian native has gotten used to Rudd Field, now up over 30 games played. Still less than half of what Fiona Kane has contributed to this UMass program. She'll almost certainly pass the all-time record by the end of the season. Racinos has it from Robles, now over to Benitez on the right side, who plays a great ball up to Robles again. A strong touch off the chest, and it gets taken by the Rams. Now charging up the field is VCU again. They've got a couple numbers, but Perrick takes care of it. We were talking before the game, plenty of Rams in the A10. VCU, one of 3 teams that we named anyways, the Rhode Island Rams and the Fordham Rams. And the half count, the Loyola Ramblers. I said that should count, but Chris said no.
Got to be talking with the animal for this one to count.
Loyola, the most recent addition to the Atlantic 10 as of last season, was the first set they've been involved in. They were one of the first teams to realign conferences, in which turned into just a free-for-all at this point in terms of realignment. Seems like anybody can move about anywhere, and it all hits you out of nowhere.
And geography doesn't matter.
Geography does not matter, as the former opponent of VCU, Stanford's going to be making plenty of trips to the East Coast, as they did already, and now here comes VCU once again, but it's cleared.
Yeah, Graves just subbed in about 30 seconds ago. First touch is a crucial clearance there for UMass.
Under 7 minutes now, the clock continues to tick. Neither team has been able to find a way to get the ball in the back of the net, and keys to this game and seems very basic, but you got to find a way to score. Now Dixon, who's come in, along with Macy Graves, as you said. Emily McCormick took off his lop a couple minutes ago. So here are the wholesale substitutions for UMass. We'll see if that continues into the second, or if it reverts back to the starting 11 and stays that way. Lamond has been out for a while now. Maybe still nursing a bit of a knock.
Yeah, the way the NCAA treats substitutions, it's almost to your benefit to get those subs in at the end of that first half, where it kind of resets when you get to the break, get to the half. You can just bring your starters back in and maybe buy them a couple extra minutes of rest.
Ball gets played into the middle. Mendoza scoops it up off the hop to relieve any pressure. And there has been a lot of it in the last 10 minutes.
Yes. UMass will certainly be happy to go into the locker room 0-0 after the last 10 minutes or so. Looked like VCU had numerous opportunities, got into the box and lived there for the last little while, but still nothing to show for it.
Ball gets deflected out, and it ends up as a VCU throw-in.
It's an interesting call there. Not a great sight line by the ref, and VCU might have benefited.
Aisha Mon drew that, and now charging in is Hoger. Can't find anybody. Plays out to Mon again, and it gets played over everyone's head and out of bounds for a goal kick. Under 5 now. Here comes a VCU change. Just the 4th, I believe, for VCU in the first half. And what you see is a lot of substitutions of substitutes. So players won't play more than 10 to 12 minutes off the bench because they just take each other out. Chance for Dixon to run. It's a good play by Pieklo, but Podolski has it. Chance to put a shot on goal. She does. It's over and wide, well wide of the net.
Chance there for UMass against the run of play, but you got to wonder if you want to slow that down, take a little bit more, maybe try one more pass or one more dribble. Tough angle there, and just misses it entirely. Take another look at here quick. Dixon just loses it to hard physical play before long-range effort is nowhere near the net.
Did not trouble Karpovich, who will put the ball back in play. Another minute ticks off the clock.
Karpovic still only 1 save, and was not an especially difficult one either.
Has not had much to do. Just 27 saves combined for the entirety of the goalkeeping staff of VCU. They've played 3 goals this season, 8 saves for Karpovich, now make it 9.
That's not a knock on the goalkeepers. They just haven't had the chance to make that many saves. Very little getting through this defense.
A lot of great defensive play, a lot of great offensive play as well. Dominant wins when the wins come for VCU, but have been able to squeak a couple out, and they're going to probably have to do the same thing. I'd be very surprised if this game breaks open for either side. Could easily finish as a 0-0 draw as well. Ball played down the left side. Ryan is able to find it first, but gets a lot of forward pressure by Bulatovic. Or K-Hall now takes over on that left side. Bulatovic was the one that exited the game in that VCU substitution. Now a weak ball played in the middle, but it's deflected out for a goal kick. And those are those moments that really can change the game. It's just a bit of a soft touch can give a chance on goal for VCU. That's how they scored their first goal last time against George Mason. And they look to capitalize again, but last-ditch defending by UMass, and luckily to get a goal kick out of it. Quick play by Mon. Closes down Macy Graves. Dixon, another freshman out of Connecticut, closes down Mon this time. And it's a throw-in, just under 2 minutes for UMass. Now with the throw-in to potentially get the ball in their attacking half. They're going to have a chance. Robles has it, plays over towards her attacking teammate, but it gets weakly deflected and cleared. And now we'll zone a throw with 90 seconds and counting. Quickly taken, quickly defended, and cleared. Peace tries to get back onto it, but muscled off. Played hard down the line to the speedy Mon. She takes a touch inside, past Graves, sends it into the middle, it gets by Ryan, but she blocks the shot. Sends the ball out of danger only for the time being. 45 seconds. Ryan is quick on that right back side. Quick and strong. She plays the ball up to Podolski. Robles now. Dixon on the left side. Robles continues to carry. Now looking for Dixon. Was she held onside? Yes, she was for the time being. She gets a late deep throw in. 20 seconds. Now down to 15. Graves gets the ball, plays it into the middle. It's headed away by Munyak, and a high kick. That's going to end the half. The timer clicks all the way down. It's been eventful, but nothing on. If you leave class in the afternoon sweating, that's sometimes how it is. This game is back underway.
Would certainly take that over. You wake up sweating and stay sweating for 24 hours in 90-degree heat.
That is true. Mendoza's got to come a little bit out of the box early, or to the top of the box, to start the second half. As Aisha Mon is on the left side. And now it's the star, Bagley. Over to Castro. She takes it in towards the middle, right above the A10 logo. Painted in white on the field. Now it's Munyak. Now a chance to run. It's Sarver. She puts a shot on goal. It's off the post. Doesn't get cleared out by UMass, and now it's Bagley with a shot right to Mendoza, and everyone takes a deep breath.
That was almost that one mistake we've been talking about. Either way, it's one moment where you just lack the focus you've had, and it can be devastating. A matter of inches away from it being right there, the post, the goalkeeper's best friend.
Sarver just inches away from breaking the deadlock. Now another charge by VCU. It's outside, a chance to go on goal. Look at it curl it into the top corner. It's well high and wide.
UMass need to find a way to settle down. This is what I talked about. I mentioned the first 10 minutes being crucial, not only VCU continue to dominate like they did at the end of the first half. That's certainly not a promising first 2 minutes for the Minutewomen, but the chance now to maintain possession for a little bit.
UMass has to settle down and maintain possession, but they play the ball right out of bounds. Perrick with the mistake. And VCU certainly gaining confidence as just 2.5 minutes into the second half, they've had the two best chances on net all game, aside from one early in the first half. A slide from Bulatovic, can't find it. right side is McCormick.
UMass's bench looked like they wanted to throw going the other way, but 33, Stella Castro for VCU was on it the whole way. She let that roll out, knew it was not off of her.
Robles charges hard, knocks down Krazula, and it goes the other way. Hislop is now on the left wing side with McCormick on the right side. Lamont not in the game just yet in the second half. Chandler Podolsky is currently arguing the call of where the ball should be spotted.
It's largely on her. She was standing over the ball, ref forced to move her back. Now they'll correct the ball, but the VCU player took advantage of that to, roll it up while the ref's not looking.
Ball floated towards Perrick. She heads down and away, but only as far as the midfield of VCU. On the right side, Matsuhisa gets it played out of bounds, and it's a corner kick, the 5th of the day for the Rams. Take another look at this shot off the post quickly by Sarver. Just one touch, curls it over Mendoza, but just got denied by the post. The corner kick was cleared away, and it bounces from head to head before McCormick overruns it. And now Hislop plays a weak ball trying to find Podolsky.
UMass right there, one pass away from being on the break, but just not enough on the pass. We've seen that a couple times where just come up short or come up a little bit towards the middle when you need to work the sideline.
Ball outside. It's a throw-in favor of UMass. Juliana Ryan on the right side trying to find Chandler Podolsky. And the possession continues for VCU. A good flick on by Matsuhisa. Now down the right side is Piccolo. She plays it in towards the middle. A glancing header right to Mendoza again. Another save to her name. I believe it's number 5.
I believe it's number 5 as well. That would pass her season average for saves in a game. Still 40 minutes to go.
Ties her season high. Statbook has 4. I think it missed one off of the resulting shot on net from, or off of the post shot by Sarver. Podolsky tries to turn. Munyak tries to prevent it. She does, but now Curry has a chance to break. She plays down the left side to Hislop. Knocks it down beautifully. Now plenty of room to run in the middle. She's going to fancy an attempt on net. No, just a little pump fake. Now plays to McCormick on the right side. Numbers try to move forward for UMass, but a weak ball played in only as far as Munyak again. She plays to Mon.
UMass a couple opportunities last few minutes just to break the pressure a little bit from VCU. Work it to the other half as they turn over here in a dangerous spot again.
Kane tries to send it upfield. It's deflected. Calling for handball is UMass, but Sarver gets dispossessed. And the ball now tries to find Hislop. She muscles down the defender cleanly this time, but was able to get a foot on it was Piccolo to Mendoza. Slow things down and just dribble it. Believe she still has the option to pick it up, but she just plays it to Kane. And the experienced defense plays keep away for the time being.
Not a terrible strategy to run some clock off and try to control the possession a little bit after what we've seen for the last 20 minutes or so of game action.
Maybe get the team to settle down and now try to move forward. McCormick to Ryan up the right side of the field trying to find a run of Podolsky or McCormick. Can't find either of them. and it ends up back with Mendoza.
Still just 2 shots for UMass, just a quarter of VCU's 8.
Robles has it. She dances, plays it back down the left side. Chance to run for VCU is quickly shut down by Hannah Perrick. 37 minutes remain. It's still 0-0. VCU, through the opening 8 minutes, has been on the forefront of the attack. A couple really good chances. Sarver sent one off the post. And now the pressure continues from VCU.
UMass just slowly marching towards VCU side of the field, taking advantage of the throw to move it a little bit.
And they get another throw in. It's probably the 5th in the last minute. They get a portion up the field and gets headed right back, and it's going to be a throw in from essentially the same spot. Looking for a long throw down the line to Robles, but headed down by Gajdobranski and sent up the field, and guess what? It's another throw-in for UMass.
Yeah, it's 5 or 6 in a row right down that left sideline for UMass, which a little bit more control for them now, a little more poise and execution in the last 3 minutes or so that we haven't seen since the early part of this one.
Now the ball finally gets switched. Down goes Munyak. The play continues. It's Aisha Mon. McCormick comes way back from the left wing and earns a throw-in for UMass. And that's another throw-in. The 7th in the last 2 minutes for UMass. Turn the ball over. It's a ball attempting to find the run of Matsuhisa. Mendoza quick to jump on it and send it back into play. Hislop turns, gets by the defender, gets tripped, continues moving. A lot of room on the right side for McCormick. She tries to find her, but it's a weakly played ball taken by Castro. She plays up the line, or up towards the line, and now a turnover by McCormick sends VCU the other way and running. Lots of space in the midfield. A switch to the right side. It's Matsuhisa trying to get by the defender. It's a hard touch. She does get by, sends the ball attempting into the middle, but a slide by the defender, and a corner number 6 for VCU.
VCU another chance to capitalize, but UMass had a play there. But the 4th time they've been 1 pass short. McCormick open for a long time along that right wing, just not enough power behind the pass and missing up the middle opposed to down the flank.
Ball gets lined in. It's headed away by UMass. Another ball this time floated in. Mendoza has to punch. Looks like offsides anyways was the call. Still no whistle. And now it comes. There is actually a foul. Obstruction against the goalkeeper, I believe, is going to be that call. UMass probably not too happy that it actually got called in the end. Just based on it, they had a little bit of space in the midfield to run.
Felt like the whistle, any point up until that point, would have benefited UMass, where they lacked full control. Once they gained it, had some momentum, immediately came in and killed it.
I have officiated games before and know the feeling of just missing a call and having to bring it back. It's not the best feeling, but you got to do it to correctly officiate the game, and it's well done by the officiating of this one. We've had a great game all around. Now Matsuhisa, another chance to serve the ball into the middle. It's deflected again, but was able to get all the way across the box, and now McCormick will let it play out of bounds for a throw.
Let's see a quick look at the replay here. Cross thrown on its target to a wide open VCU Ram. Just cannot get on the end of it and tries to volley it in. Does not get a good touch on it. Believe it was Bulatovic at the left post. Just could not get a piece. The former NJC AA second team All-American has the probably best look of the day in terms of positioning, at least.
Lamont back in the game. She has it now on the right side. Typically see her on the left and Hislop on the right, but they've flip-flopped, and as we've been able to see Hislop really run, and they're hoping that she can continue to do that and let Lamont be the receiver on the right side. But it's another corner approaching double digits. Number 7 for VCU have been unable to capitalize through the first 6. Another ball played in by Bagley. Another line drive. It's flicked on towards the top of the 18 by UMass, and a couple defenders converge on Matsuhisa. Ground ball through the middle. This is not a baseball game as it continues to pinball around the Minute Women at defensive third. Now a chance to break. Lamont just checked into the game on the right side. Got to keep it in bounds. She does. Had to slow down a little bit, and she tries to find Podolski. Discards her defender and fouls. She pushed the defender down along with Lamont. Carolina Benitez came back in. That's as clear as it gets. McCormick and Graves checked out.
You see the arm extension on Podolski. That's getting called every single time, but it's one where you want them to be aggressive there. The foul ultimately doesn't hurt you as much as it could have. It was going to be a turnover if you just let it go. So try to go make the play, and just unfortunate to get a foul.
Stops play and just gets everyone organized. Stella Castro throws it in, and a weak attempt goes to Mendoza. Stat sheet says 4 saves. My stat sheet in my head says 5. She plays it to Kane. Now some pressure coming from VCU. Lamont's got to close hard. She does, but it just gets deflected back towards Kane again, and VCU just settles it down.
It just felt like UMass hasn't been crisp on the pass and got hurt there.
Another chance in, played to the back post, flicked along, and it's gonna just trickle out for another corner kick. It's been Matsuhisa darting down that right side time after time, putting these balls towards the box, just no one on the back end.
Entering the game for VCU, number 10, Paige Hoger.
Paige Hoger back into the game. She's the first one off the bench pretty much every single game. Looks to capitalize on the corner. It's a very mishit ball. Now Hislop gets pushed down hard and draws the foul, and VCU gets a chance to set up defensively.
Well, if you're VCU, that's one that almost a senseless challenge. I thought looked like she was just trying to clear it out of bounds anyways. Foul didn't give her much choice, but instead gives UMass possession.
And Dowiak unhappy with the official now, as the free kick is going to have to be retaken, and VCU now fully back in position. UMass tried to take it quick a number of times, but VCU a couple times didn't let them.
There's been moments both coaches have been not pleased with this reffing group.
Robles dancing on it, plays up to Lamond. It's just a little bit offline, cleared away by Castro, and it's a throw in the just below the extended 18-yard box line. Ryan will enter the ball back into play. Lamont tries to turn, but it gets essentially a dummy to Racinos. The ball floated towards the back post, and Hislop, she plays it back into the middle. Lamont on it, tries to play it on the left foot, but wide for a goal kick. It's just the third shot of the game for the Minute Women, and still none of them have really troubled the goalkeeper Karpovic, who has remained in the game in the second half, unsurprisingly. We have seen Stevie Micah come in, but not today. Piece on it, earns a throw, taken quickly up to Hislop. Easily cleared by Gajdobranski, another throw. Here we go again. Played up towards Hislop. Both players battle. Hislop gets taken down, and it's a free kick.
Potentially a spot you can throw one into the box here. See if they choose to do that or choose to play something short and continue a build-up.
Chance for a service for UMass. The in-swinger gets curled in. It gets right in front of the net, and it's in the back! Hannah Perrick, the defenseman, scores, and the Minutewomen are up 1-0.
Very much against the run of play, although they've been better in the second half. The 6'2" Australian gets on the end of that corner, or end of the free kick, and sometimes it's just the height that comes into play as this one kind of pinballs around a little bit.
A very fortunate bounce. That wasn't Perrick. It's hard to tell who it was at some point, but it's a 1-0 game in favor of the Minutewomen regardless. It's still trying to figure out who actually put the ball in the back of the net. That's sometimes the downside of watching this game remotely on a screen. We'll tell you exactly who that was as soon as it gets into the stat sheet. And now VCU playing from behind have to find a way to at least tie this game back up.
It was Chandler Podolsky with the goal, assisted by Juliana Ryan to give UMass the 1-0 lead. Corner coming up again for VCU.
I knew it was one of the taller players for UMass, and I saw Perrick involved in the play. Took a stab at it, came up empty, but another corner gets played right towards the face of goal and actually on top of the netting. Ella Curry gets the assist. Thought there could have been another one awarded to Racinos, or could have been Juliana Ryan. That was just a big jumble and a big mess, and that's sometimes all you need for a goal. Juliana Ryan does actually get an assist as well.
It's like Ryan got the primary, Curry got that hockey assist, the second, or the past two assists.
Curry played the ball in, Ryan flicked it on, and Podolsky buried it. And the Minutewomen capitalize on their best scoring opportunity of the day, and sometimes you got to get a little bit lucky, and now the momentum in favor of the Minutewomen as they charge the other way. Lamont down the right side has a chance to curl it towards the back post, trying to find Hislop. It's a little strong. And Piccolo is able to fight out of the pressure and send it the other way.
Here, UMass, you can't just sit back, try to defend for these last 25. Go try to get another one, or at least keep the pressure on. Foul called here against VCU. VCU not happy with the call.
Apologies for the bench language there. That was about as clear as it can get. 25 minutes remain, and VCU not happy about any of that. They were complaining a lot about the goal.
One of the risks you run with the crowd, Mike, near the benches.
Juliana Ryan now on the right side, plays up towards Racinos, gets pushed off, and a throw-in awarded to UMass, and actually it's towards in favor of the Rams. Ryan fights for possession, bodies tumbling all over the place as the heat's really turned on in this one. I can't even see anything from our point of view as the netting of the makeshift press box is in our way. And it results in a throw-in for...
I'm going to assume VCU. UMass attempted to take the throw-in quickly. VCU not happy with it.
The clock is stopped for the time being as the referee wants to settle everybody down, and it will be a throw-in for UMass, and VCU once again airs their frustration. Podolski gets taken down, no call. And now a throw into VCU, that one pretty clear. Both benches have really turned up the volume. And it's a foul on Ryan. Trying to take quickly is VCU. Instead, they elect to move players forward from Munyak to play it towards the 18. Headed down by Curry. Racinos tries to find, and now Lamond with heavy pressure from Castro and just plays a little too strong. Another throw-in for UMass. And a hard challenge will stop the clock as we're going to check on the substitute, or excuse me, Bulatovic. She's okay, and no card given. But now the clock does not tick as this free kick will be played in.
Certainly something VCU will not complain about, down one. Just over half of the second half left in this one.
All floated in. Mendoza is able to find it. Looks like there was offsides on the play anyways. And it will not go called. The flag went up on from the assistant. But nearly double-digit fouls, both teams. VCU has 9, UMass has 8. 9 corners for UMass, or for VCU, excuse me. But it's a 1-0 lead for the Minutewomen, and basically on one attacking opportunity. Just 2 shots on goal, one of them in the back of the net. 5 for VCU. Now in the stat sheet anyways, it's a tie of the season high for Mendoza.
And not included in that 5 is probably the best shot of the day, one right off the post that could have given VCU a 1-0 lead.
Hard challenge, Racinos is able to deal with it. Peace throws the defender off of her, tries to play Podolski. She charges, she has a chance on net, and it's just wide. Probably had a chance to take a couple more touches before sending that on goal, but instead tried to shoot it from right at the top of the 18, and it goes out of play.
Great job by Podolski to run onto this one and get through. Has the defender beat. You definitely have at least 1 or 2 more touches to kind of get a better angle and a little closer look. Could have given UMass commanding lead. Instead, VCU still in this one, still looking to draw level.
All 3 home games have resulted in 2-0 victories for UMass. They're halfway to that total again. But VCU looks to score the first goal at home against UMass. That's a heavy challenge. And both players down.
Got to assume that could be a yellow card. It won't be a red. They did have a player, but UMass did have a player back in the center.
It's Fiona Kane. It looks like the center official reaches potential to the back pocket. She's going to try to track down Kane, and yes, it is a yellow card. Leah Hayes gives the foul, or gives the card to Kane. The first booking of this game, and now a high attacking threat for VCU. That's Bulatovic on the ball. The wall shifts a couple times for Mendoza. Gets curled to the back post and flicked on and out of play by Perrick for a corner. The tall defenseman, the first to it.
Yellow card issued to Massachusetts, number 12. And entering the game for VCU, number 8, Ava Pastover.
Ava Pastover, as you hear, comes into the game. On corner kick number 10 for VCU. 0 for 9 so far. See if they can change that. It's headed away, but only as far as Matsuhisa, but she can't find a way to get that on net.
Even though they haven't been successful yet, you don't want to keep giving VCU corner kicks. Just takes one to draw this level and swing the momentum back the other way.
Saw the chaos on the other side for UMass. It resulted in the opening goal. Anytime you have a set piece, weird things can happen. Looking to get the ball back into the box is VCU. This time by the avenue of dribbling. Can't do it. Matsuhisa on the right side plays it in. Peric heads away. Only as far as Racinos, and now Hislop on the left side trying to touch it forward, but you can't. It's still a throw, but a good play by Piclo. Stella Castro came out of the game for Kostover. First move, or one of the first moves for VCU in the second half. Once again, keeping that bench short. Lamont looking to run down the right side. It's a ball towards her. She receives and now runs at the newly entered right back. She puts a shot on net just wide, forcing a dive from Karpovic. Now just curled away from the net.
Seems like the first time UMass has been able to execute that cross-field pass and put it on the foot of one of their wingers, giving you a chance. Just an inches wide, but if they can keep looking to do that and keep some pressure on in the final 18, would go a long way in securing 3 points and a 4-0 record at home.
18.5 minutes remaining. Nia Hislop comes out for Caroline Dixon, the freshman. Pincus is also back in this one. It was official that Chandler Podolsky did put the ball in the back of the net. There is Dixon, right, that striker position now. Ryan heads it backwards and now plays it back towards Kane. She's got to keep it in bounds. Does so, but ends up with Pincus, who tries to cross field towards Lamond, who's moved back to her typical left winger position. But Matsuhisa charges down the right side again. At some point, she might just take it herself. Looked like she tried to do that there, putting a shot wide, and it's a goal kick for UMass. Now a season high in saves for Mendoza. She's got 6. Her career high is 8, or 10, excuse me. It was against St. Louis last season. That was a 3-0 defeat.
I'm sure she's happy with the season high and would love not to have to make the career high. Do not want to face 4 more shots in the last 17 or so.
I feel like she'd be content with 0 saves every game if she had to. With the defense, it's been a lot of low shots on net from the other teams, and like I said, the #1 ranked goals against UMass Minutewomen defense, the most experienced in the Atlantic 10, showing off from time to time, and so far they're doing the same thing, playing an incredible game all around. Fiona Kane already named the Defensive Player of the Week 2 weeks ago for the Atlantic 10. We've seen Lamond as the Offensive Player of the Week. She was off to a goal-scoring tear to start the season. Slowed down just a little bit, but that's what happens when you're as good as you are. The opponent has to scout and play you a little tougher. Hard challenge, no call. Slowly getting back to her feet is Hoger. And the ball played too strong. Mendoza will sit on it and wait for the pressure before she scoops. She waited to the last moment there because she knew that the opponent was probably going to look to his step but not really step that hard, and that's exactly what happened.
She bleed a couple extra seconds off there.
Another chance, VCU moving forward. A couple Minutewomen shut that play down. Only gets as far as 1, and now a chance to put the ball on net. It's weak, and it's rolling just wide. That ball was trickling close to the net. That could have been a very dangerous opportunity, and here comes corner number 11.
It's what I'm sure Mendoza just seeing in slow motion as the ball's rolling against her dive.
Corner taken quickly, headed away for the 11th time, but just weakly out of play, and then Lamont takes care of it. Dixon on the right side now. Cheers from her team to move forward. A hard challenge from Podolski, the goal scorer. But VCU moves the other way. And Ryan is able to deflect the ball out of bounds.
Take another look at that VCU chance right here. Just attacking down that right side of the box. Good defensive effort to force it towards the middle, but ultimately a deflection almost comes back to hurt UMass. Luckily, it's able to be pushed out just enough for a corner.
It was a weak shot as well, so probably plenty of time to react, and Mendoza realized that it was going out of play. Ryan blocks and plays out of bounds again. She's been one of the strongest defenders in the A-10, along with Kane and Perrick. Has to do a lot dashing up and down that right side with Hislop and Lamont. The ball played towards the middle. Kane doesn't deal with it, and it's a corner number 12 for VCU. And you got to think it's just a matter of time before something goes in favor of VCU. You've played over 75 minutes of shutout play, but giving up 12 corners is not a recipe for success. Here comes corner number 12. It's headed away yet again. Another weak clearance, a shot blocked, and it's a throw. Dowiak calls on his team to organize defensively. And corner number 13, just like we saw throwing after throwing for UMass, now we're getting corner after corner.
This is the stretch where VCU dominated in the first half. The last 15 minutes, they seem to get stronger as the half wears on. Maybe UMass's defense getting a little more tired.
Lucky 13 is what VCU hopes, but just a little bit out of play right on the backside of the crossbar, and it's another goal kick for Mendoza.
If you're UMass, got to find a way to move this down towards VCU's half and drain a little clock and generate some offense, take the pressure off your back line and Mendoza.
Pressure very high from VCU. UMass for the time being has handled it. Ryan gets pressured, tries to find Dixon or Racinos. Can't get it on the feet of either. Now here comes VCU calling for handball as UMass. No call from the official. As Krasula tries to find Matsuhisa. Couple times that VCU is looking to find her down the right side. Dancing around her defender is Piccolo. Plays into the middle, a free header. No, it was closed off by Kane. Shot is essentially a field goal attempt. That goes out of play for yet another goal kick.
That's not a good sign when you're trailing. It's turning into just force it on target. VCU should not be at that point yet. You've been so dominant, worked so many corners, you don't have to try a shot from about 35 yards out.
Greta Krasula was the one that started the possession. Now Mendoza has to take a very nice touch to dance around the defender. That was potentially heartbeat skipping for Dowiak and the coaching staff of UMass, but a very fine touch. Dixon muscles to get on the ball. Now Racinos a chance to run. She looks to Dixon down the left side again, cutting back and turning towards the middle. She puts a shot over the goal. Another good counter-attacking move from UMass, but results in a goal kick that's going to be taken quickly.
Even if you're not going to score on the counter, just the threat of it and just an ability to take a little pressure off is huge. You can't be playing in your own half for the last 20 minutes.
Good tackle by Mon. And here comes VCU. A through ball is a good one. A chance, but a heavy touch, and Mendoza was quick on it. On her toes to shut that down. That was a great ball played in, but looks like Sarver just couldn't get on to the end of it and keep it close.
believe it was Mon that played that one in. The Scottish Youth International has been phenomenal lately in the midfield, but just one touch short by VCU. A heavy touch cost them as they get a throw in here.
Mistake by Benitez. The freshman doing a fine job in her first career start. Hard tackle, but a clean one from Peace. She'll help up the down Ram, who just slowly moving back on side. A ball through, finds just the pink uniform of Mendoza. She once again takes a couple extra seconds off the clock before throwing it to Ryan. Charges down the right side, plays up to find Pincus or the speedy Dixon. Is it going to stay in bounds? No, it is not. Dixon sent the defender for VCU rolling, and it just results in a throw. VCU wants the kick, but certainly will not get it at this point. Under 10 minutes now, and VCU certainly in their last couple chances to not collect their first loss in the Atlantic 10 this season. Would move into a tie with UMass, with UMass having the tiebreaker on head-to-head, as well as overall record.
With where both these teams are expected to be, it's huge to get the tiebreaker as well.
Yes, both these teams top 4, number 3 VCU, number 4 UMass in the preseason poll, both uber experienced rosters, and it's been a great game so far, and we still have just under 9 minutes remaining as Pincus tried to play towards Robles, is back into the game. Now Pincus on the right side, using the body to put herself in front of the ball and play up the line to Ryan, who fakes it inside, now plays into the middle. And Karpovich first to it. Ryan's got to really hustle back. Pincus doing a good job covering for her. Ryan giving up a lot of space down that left side. Dixon closes hard now on the right side. Ryan's going to have to play a little bit of the right winger position until she can move back. Still tons of space for VCU, looking to build. It's a good ball, but a heavy touch again. Robles now has it. And she plays it up the line where no Minutewomen stood. Pincus had to go all the way back to cover for Ryan. She did a great job, and now they've both returned to their normal positioning, or Pincus to the right wing, where she's normally the central striker. Ball gets over the head of Benitez. It's Matsuhisa again. She plays it up and over, just wide again. And it's a goal kick. Mendoza was a little bit worried about that, but just like Lamont's shot on the other side of the field, just curled away on that right foot attempt.
Benitez very happy that she does not have to pay for that mistake. But VCU, you have to find a way to capitalize on that. Getting late, if you want a point, that's a chance you need to take.
Curry gets taken down. It's a foul on VCU.
I'm sure she'll be in no hurry to take this one. 7 to go.
They get the luck of the 13th member of the field, or 12th member of the field, the clock. Down the right side, it was taken relatively quick, and certainly not wanting a card as the Minutewomen defense or time wasting. Seen that a couple times. Perrick leaps right over the attacker. Now moving up the left side is UMass. It's a bad touch and goes right back to the Rams. But these are valuable seconds that are continuing to wind down for VCU, and without possession of the ball, you're not going to be able to score. And UMass looks to double their advantage late.
Any chance here with just over 5 to go, UMass would loves to get these throw-ins, fouls, whatever they can take to just keep bleeding that clock, maintain possession, just work their way towards a 1-0 win.
Now here comes VCU. It's a 3-on-4 ball played in the middle, last ditch defending. Penalty shouts from VCU, nothing again from the center official. Juliana Ryan and Fiona Kane had to have some last ditch defending. Looking for a deep shot on net is VCU. It's all cleaned off. Now a chance, and it's saved by Mendoza. She couldn't see that one coming at her, but she was able to sprawl on the ground and keep it out.
Watch this again. Mendoza screened a little bit by just bodies in front of her as she, a deflection slightly, it appears.
I think that just got off of her left foot and stayed out of the net. VCU in disbelief that didn't end up in the back of the net. This game remains tied. 4.5, or not tied, in a 1-0 advantage towards UMass. 4.5 minutes remain.
That's pretty much summed up VCU's afternoon. Multiple chances where it felt like they deserved a goal almost and just could not find the back of the net.
Now 7 saves for Mendoza, potentially 8. Now a chance for VCU to run again, playing towards the middle. Weak touch, but cleared out. Now Robles has it. She plays to Pincus on the right side. And now all the way up the field looking for Dixon. Can't find her, but the ball remains as far away from UMass's goal as it can be. 4 minutes and counting. VCU at this point looking to salvage a draw. UMass looking to pick up the biggest win of their season. Down the line towards Pincus. Can't find her. Robles has played a very good game off the bench, and a foul by Dixon. And the clock stops. Looks like Dixon was a little slow to get up. Dowiak not happy, and looks like he might be issued a card. And it looks like that is the card. Oh, head coach Jason Dowiak picks up the second yellow card of the game.
Was not happy with the decision to stop the clock prior to it, which likely due to his own player being down after the play. So we'll restart with 3:32 to go potentially, or we will not restart quite yet.
Not restart just yet. The official wanted the ball to be moved backwards. Not every day you're going to see a coach pick up a card, but today is one of those days. Now the ball back into play. The clock begins to run. And VCU looking to string together a couple passes, but a ball through towards the middle is just a goal kick. Substitution for VCU is going to slow this game down a little bit longer. Clock continues to tick through the substitution. I'm going to sprint off and on where the entering and exiting Ram. Ball played. It's a heavy tackle, no foul, and it goes out for a UMass throw. And it all results in a throw-in for UMass, and VCU once again not happy. A lot of frustration, and that's going to happen when you have 14 shots, 7 on goal. And in the book, it says Sarah DeFreitas got the yellow card. I'm not sure how long that's going to remain like that. I think just had to go to a player, but I'd be surprised if she was the one causing the problems on the bench.
Take one for the coach there. Try to earn that playing time.
2:30 on the clock. DeFreitas has been out of the lineup for a while. Not sure why. She scored the opening goal against Syracuse in a start, potentially battling an injury. A free kick awarded to UMass. Jasmine Jackson has come in for Isidora Gajdobranski, so it looks like the attacking threats are all on the field for VCU now. Dixon has it. Tries to find Peace, can't. And quickly moving the other way is VCU. Looking down the line to Matsuhisa. She tries to play it inside. It trickles down the sideline, and it's corner number 14.
100 ticks to go. VCU know this might be their last opportunity, and it's one where they'll push pretty much everyone except the goalkeeper forward for.
90 seconds have passed, and the ball gets played in. It's headed away. It's cleared by Dixon. She can run after it and play it out of bounds as a throw-in for VCU. Taken quickly. 1 minute 10. VCU plays it into the middle, headed away by Perrick. Headed back towards the top of the 18, pinballing around. Down goes Robles, and a foul is called with 60 seconds, and that's going to be a lot of time chopped off the clock for UMass, but the clock will stop. Dowiak again loud and abhorrent about the clock.
He's got to be careful, though. Already on a yellow, we believe. Could be in danger of a second one.
That yellow card was 100% on him. And if he picks up another one, that brings up a lot of questions for the next game. 45 seconds remaining. VCU looking for any last-ditch efforts, but now Dixon has a chance to run. Just one player to beat. Now an even attack. Dixon knocks it down.
Just dump it in the right corner, try to bleed some clock if they want.
Ryan had a defender behind. It goes out for a VCU throw. 30 seconds remain. The clock continues to run down. Calls for handball. Nothing from UMass. And a foul by UMass. 18 seconds. Have to take it quick. Our VCU, 14 seconds. 10. The countdown begins from the PA. Gonna have to play it in. Last chance. 3. And Mendoza's gonna catch it, and that's gonna be the ball game. This game was eventful all the